Once upon a time, in a village nestled between rolling hills and a sparkling lake lived a young woman named Sarah. She was known throughout the village for her infectious laughter and radiant smile. Everyone in the village, young and old, would often stop and stare at Sarah as she went about her daily activities, wondering what made her so happy. One day, unable to contain their curiosity any longer, the villagers decided to confront Sarah and ask her the secret to her perpetual happiness. They gathered in the town square, eager to hear her wisdom. Sarah, always kind and generous, didn't hesitate to share what was in her heart. "My happiness," she began, "comes from deep within me. It's not dependent on anyone or anything outside of myself." The villagers nodded, trying to grasp the meaning behind her words. "I don't depend on anyone's approval or validation to feel good about myself," Sarah continued. "My self-worth is not determined by what people say or do. I am enough just as I am." As Sarah spoke, the villagers couldn't help but notice a profound sense of calm and contentment emanating from her. It was as if she carried an inner light that illuminated her face and made her eyes sparkle even brighter. Yet, there was one person in the crowd who refused to believe Sarah's words. An elderly woman scoffed and said, "Don't try to fool us, Sarah. We all depend on something or someone for our happiness. You may think you're independent, but we all have needs and desires that must be fulfilled to feel content." Determined to prove the old woman wrong, Sarah decided to embark on a journey to find true happiness. She left the village, carrying only a small backpack and a determined spirit. Her destination, a distant kingdom renowned for its beauty and prosperity. Along her path, Sarah came across a crystal-clear stream and stopped to quench her thirst. As she drank, she noticed her reflection in the water and couldn't help but smile. Despite her journey being long and tiring, her steps were light and her heart was filled with a joy that seemed to bubble up from within. The old woman, consumed by doubts, returned home feeling disheartened by Sarah's carefree attitude. She couldn't understand how someone could be so happy without depending on external factors. Meanwhile, Sarah's journey took her through lush forests, across babbling brooks, and over rolling hills. With each step, she felt a deep sense of gratitude for the beauty that surrounded her. She marveled at the towering trees, the playful squirrels, and the sweet songs of the birds. As days turned into weeks, Sarah's determination began to waver. The road ahead seemed longer than she anticipated, and the weight of her backpack grew heavier with each passing day. Just when her spirits were at their lowest, she stumbled upon a small cottage nestled in a clearing. With a grateful heart, Sarah knocked on the door, hoping for a moment of rest. To her surprise, the door opened and there stood the old woman from the village. "How did you find me?" Sarah asked in astonishment. The old woman smiled and gestured for Sarah to enter the cottage. "I've been watching you, Sarah," she said warmly. "And I must admit, you've truly found a way to be happy without depending on anything or anyone. You are an inspiration to me." Overwhelmed with emotion, Sarah couldn't help but burst into tears. All this time she had been searching for true happiness, not realizing that it had been within her grasp all along. As the sun began its slow descent, casting long shadows across the land, Sarah and the old woman sat in comfortable silence, each lost in their own thoughts. The old woman, once skeptical and jaded, now saw the genuine happiness radiating from Sarah. She realized that true contentment didn't come from external factors, but from within. In that moment, the old woman understood that Sarah's journey had been her own, a path that had led her to self-discovery and true happiness. And although the road had been long and arduous, the rewards had been immeasurable. From that day forward, the old woman and Sarah became close friends. Together they shared their wisdom with the villagers, teaching them the importance of self-acceptance and inner peace. The villagers, touched by their stories, began to transform their lives, embracing the idea that true happiness was a journey, not a destination. And so the tale of Sarah, the eternally happy girl, became a legend in the village, reminding everyone that happiness wasn't something to be found, but something to be cultivated from the seeds of self-love and acceptance that lay dormant within each of them.